I think it was a very useful conference to bring out various aspects of public-private partnerships in transport infrastructure. There is clear evidence that the world over, governments do not have sufficient money, sufficient tax revenues to keep up the pace of infrastructure development, especially when the requirements are rising and the expectations of better and more efficient infrastructure are rising across the world. But the government don't have the money. And that's where you need public-private partnership to get the private sector to bring in capital into public projects and provide the services that were hitherto provided by the government. And that raises a huge number of questions about efficiency, sharing of risk, sharing of returns. And while there is a clear demonstration in many countries about the gains of public-private partnership, there is also a suspicion about private sector cornering more than their due share of profits. So all those things have to be addressed in order to give adequate comfort to governments and people across the world that it is indeed for the general welfare that we are talking of public-private partnerships. I think the discussions were very useful. A lot of issues were raised and many of them were partly resolved, and it was agreed that there will be further debate and some papers will be written. And I think some of the recommendations will be placed before the ministers next year. Quite clearly, PPP is really the way forward, and we need to work out a consensus, a broad consensus on the direction it should take in terms of detailed principles, so that it is for the general welfare of all road users and transportation infrastructure users.